Hello there, it's a very good morning to you, and that time again for Hot on the Hills. My name is Isamat Pamela with the news. Lawyers to the missing Makindye West MP Sewanyana will today storm security offices to demand for his whereabouts. The lawyers say they will today petition the International Crime Division seeking for the whereabouts of Sewanyana. The Makindye West MP Sewanyana was on Thursday rearrested after he was released from Kigo prison. The National Unity Platform Legislator was kidnapped just a few meters outside the prison's gate, that is Kigo prison, as he was comfortably moving outside the gate towards his family that was about 100 meters away. A speeding silver drone approached and parked close to him. 8 armed men clad in black uniform with caps stormed out of the car, grabbed him and bundled him into the vehicle and sped off to an unknown destination. Since his arrest, security organs have been adamant on explaining exactly where he's being detained. The Criminal Investigations Directorate last week distanced itself from his rearrest and detention. And also we had reports earlier that his family members are still hunting for him. Yesterday, the wife to Sewanyana did call a press conference seeking the whereabouts of her husband. We do have Rashida Nakai, who is currently at the International Criminal Directorate or Division, and she's there with some of the lawyers to Sewanyana who are going to petition. We'll talk to her right about now. Hello, Rashida. Yes, Rashida.
I'm here at International Criminal Division Court, where lawyers for the embattled NUP legislators are going to file an application substituting Honorable Francine Zake, who is out of the country, to USA. Remember last time, Pam, this very court wanted to confirm the sureties of these legislators before giving them a release order, but very sad, Honorable Zake was not around to sign on the paper. So court ordered Honorable Sewanyana to keep in jail until Honorable Zake comes back. And now the beauty is the lawyer, Malinde, and the Lord Mayor Elias Lukwago, they are going to make a formal application to substitute Honorable Francine Zake to see Honorable Sewanyana coming out of jail. So we are here this morning, and with me I have Honorable Malinde. Good morning, Honorable Shamil.
Yes, good morning, and good morning to the listeners. Shamim Malinde is my name, the District Woman Representative for Kampala and also Shadow Minister of Justice and Constitutional Affairs. I'm also one of the lawyers for Honorable Sewanyana Muhammad and Honorable Sewanyana. We're here at the International Crimes Division Court. Yes, ready for the application of Honorable Sewanyana Muhammad to be heard and determined. We actually filed this application, and today is the date when it was fixed for hearing. This application is just an application to substitute a surety, because as you know, Honorable Sewanyana Muhammad is still in jail at Chico prison because one of his sureties, Honorable Zake Francis, is out of the country and could not be identified physically by the International Crimes Division before signing the release order. So we as lawyers, we saw it fit to file a fresh application here to substitute a surety to put the Honorable Nsanja. So we are already here set for court to start, because it was meant to start at 10 a.m. But we're just a few minutes late, but we are any time from now. We are entering. The Lord Mayor is already here, and Honorable Nsanja, who is supposed to be substituted, is also already here. The relatives and friends are also here, plus other legislators.
Well, how long do you think this is going to take?
The application, we expect it to take like 30 minutes to be heard and determined. We hope that if justice is to be expedited, the ruling should be written immediately so that we can process the release order and have Honorable Sewanyana Muhammad out of jail today.
Okay, away from Honorable Sewanyana, let's talk about Honorable Sewanyana, who went missing last time while at Kigo prison. How far?
Well, up to now, we've not identified where Honorable Sewanyana is, and we've been to different detention centers and even SIU, Chireka. We have been there, but they have told us that they don't have him. So as lawyers, we have prepared a habeas corpus application, which is an application filed in the High Court to have Honorable Sewanyana unconditionally released or produced in court, produced whether alive or dead. So that's the application that we have filed. We are yet to file from here. We're just going to file that one after this court.
Okay, thank you so much, Honorable Malinde. That's it, Pamela, and reporting live for Galaxy FM, I'm Rashida Nakai here at court. Good morning.
Okay, thank you very much, Rashida Nakai. There, we got it mixed up a little bit. Yes, they will be filing a habeas corpus before the High Court. And what was happening today, or what is happening today at the International Criminal Division, is seeking for the release of Sejirinya, who is also an MP who was arrested on counts of murder and terrorism at Chigo Prison. He was arrested alongside the Honorable Sewanyana, and Sejirinya was denied bail last week after one of his sureties, that is the Makindye or Mitiana municipality MP Francis Zake, the Honorable, traveled out of the country and could not sign his part of the release papers, and that is why court decided to keep Sejirinya even longer in prison. Last week, his lawyers said that they would file another bail application before the High Court. That would also take some time before it can be heard, and then Sejirinya can be out of prison. So that's what is happening. And like you heard, Shami Malende, the lawyer to the two MPs who were implicated in massacre murders, she says after the application, they will proceed to file a habeas corpus for the release of Alan Sewanyana, whose whereabouts still remain unknown, by the way. Now, as the Ministry of Education prepares to disperse another batch of study materials to learners across the country, schools have asked for an organized plan to avoid discrimination. This comes after the government plans to roll out 48 billion shillings on materials to distribute to lower primary section and upper secondary section next month. However, schools in Kampala want the ministry to address the gaps that include unfairness in distribution, delays in delivering of materials, less content, and lack of standard mechanism of monitoring the learners at home. The school heads claim that majority of the learners have failed to benefit from the learning process because some of the above issues were not addressed. Some of the school heads from Buganda Road Primary School, Kololo Secondary School, KCCA Primary in Kamocha, among others, are also opposed to the suggestion that village local leaders distribute materials to learners at home. They say instead want the ministry to come up with clear guidelines on how learners will be monitored by teachers who will be able to access school premises or home premises with materials. They say the government needs to provide facilitation in form of transport and airtime for teachers to schools to follow up the process.
One, they should print enough, quite enough. Then they should create modalities to facilitate the teachers to follow up, because even if it is follow up through a phone, it involves the airtime. And how does the teacher follow up without airtime? Provide the program how the children will access the material.
Since now, the airtime they gave them to schools to distribute. But if they are now to begin giving them to these other authorities to distribute like LCs, it becomes difficult to monitor. By the time they give them to schools and the students pick them from schools, they find that one a better arrangement. It is more orderly and it is easier to tell whether after they have reached the intended beneficiaries. We give out to them with a circular to the parents, encouraging them to supervise the learners as they go through the work.
We received that around May, but unfortunately, there were not enough for our children, so we could find a way of sharing them so that at least each one could get a share. Because our number was big, like each class has 260, that is a stream. Stream is 50 children in each stream. So we find that the number was big and we couldn't really serve well. But my request would be that next time we are supplying, it would be better to find out the population of the school so that it can serve the right purpose.
International news.
And on the international scene, More students who had been kidnapped in northern Nigeria have been released after payment of a ransom. Some 10 students were released on Sunday, according to reports. The head of the association, Joseph Hayab, said that they were working on the release of the remaining students. This is the fourth batch of students to be released by the kidnappers. A total of 110 students have either been released or have escaped so far. Some 121 students from Bethel High School in Nigeria were kidnapped on 5th of July at Kaduna State in northern Nigeria.
COVID-19 stories on Galaxy FM in partnership with MasterCard Foundation.
Banaye embeera enkoseza olw'okuba nti emirimu gye twali tukola abamu ku ffe jaggalwawo. Twali tulina bu programs bwaffe naddala mu bifo ebisanyukirwamu essaawa ya leero ffe ate naddala ffe tukoseddwa nnyo nti kati tugenda myaka ng'ebiri tetuyingiza. Ne bu businesses bwaffe obulala bwe twali tujjamu akasente luli eri akawerako kati tebukyayingiza nga bwe bwali buyingiza olw'okuba nti abandi badde batuwagira nabo tebakola ki nabo tebakyalina we bajja. So n'olw'ensonga eyo tunyigiriziddwa nnyo naye era tulina essuubi nti akaseera kagenda tuuka na bino biggwe tuddemu tukole nga luli eri bwe twali.
COVID-19 stories on Galaxy FM in partnership with MasterCard Foundation.
And that concludes it for this bulletin. I am Pamela. Good morning.
Hot on the Heels. Agagwira War was sponsored by Get MTN Central Points when you deposit, send or withdraw MTN mobile money and use the points to pay for goods and services through MTN Momo Pay. Simply